Have you ever met a woman who walks into a room and instantly captures attention? Not because of how she looks, but because of who she is. She doesn't chase validation. She doesn't beg for attention. She radiates something deeper: confidence, clarity, and calm power. That's not luck. That's not age. That's maturity. And maturity, when combined with the right habits, is magnetic. Today, I'm going to share with you the 6 habits that make a mature woman truly irresistible. Not just to others, but to herself. Because irresistible isn't about seduction. It's about presence. It's about power. It's about peace. So whether you're on your journey of growth, reinvention, or rediscovery, these habits will not only elevate how the world sees you, they'll transform how you see yourself. Are you ready? Let's begin. True maturity is a concept that often gets misunderstood or oversimplified. Many people associate maturity purely with age or life experience, but the reality is far richer and more profound. True maturity transcends the mere passage of time. It is deeply rooted in the qualities of self, confidence, and emotional resilience. These 2 elements serve as the foundation for how a mature woman carries herself, responds to challenges, and influences the world around her. Self-confidence in a mature woman is not about arrogance or seeking validation from others. It's a quiet, unwavering trust in her own worth and abilities. This confidence stems from a deep understanding of herself, her strengths, weaknesses, values, and boundaries. She has spent years, often through trial and error, learning to embrace who she is without the need for external approval. This self-assurance allows her to walk into any room with grace and authenticity, knowing that she does not need to prove anything to anyone. It is an inner power that radiates outward, making her presence magnetic and genuine. Emotional resilience complements this self-confidence perfectly. Life inevitably presents difficulties, loss, disappointment, failure, and conflict. What distinguishes a mature woman is not the absence of these struggles, but her ability to navigate them with strength and composure. Emotional resilience means she is capable of recovering from setbacks without losing her sense of self or purpose. She understands that emotions are natural and temporary, and she does not allow herself to be overwhelmed or defined by them. Instead, she acknowledges her feelings, processes them constructively, and moves forward with clarity and intention. Together, self-confidence and emotional resilience create a powerful synergy. When a mature woman faces challenges, she does so with an unshakable belief in her capacity to overcome and the emotional tools to remain balanced. This combination makes her adaptable in the face of change and unwavering in her principles. Rather than reacting impulsively or defensively, she responds thoughtfully, demonstrating a profound level of emotional intelligence. A key aspect of this maturity is self-awareness. Self-awareness is the practice of tuning into one's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors with honesty and compassion. A mature woman constantly reflects on her inner world and how it shapes her interactions with others. This reflection is not about judgment, but about understanding herself more deeply. She recognizes her triggers, patterns, and motivations, which empowers her to choose responses rather than react automatically. This level of mindfulness is essential to both confidence and resilience, as it allows her to act in alignment with her true self, rather than societal expectations or fleeting emotions. Self-confidence is also closely tied to a sense of purpose. A mature woman knows what she stands for and what she wants to achieve in life. This clarity of purpose anchors her confidence, giving it direction and meaning. When she pursues her goals, she does so not out of fear or competition, but from a place of passion and authenticity. This intentionality attracts respect and admiration, as others sense the sincerity behind her actions. She does not feel threatened by others' success or opinions because her worth is not contingent on comparison. Instead, she celebrates growth, both her own and that of those around her. Emotional resilience also involves setting healthy boundaries. A mature woman understands the importance of protecting her emotional and mental well-being. She is able to say no without guilt and to distance herself from toxic situations or people. This boundary setting is an act of self-love and self-respect, reinforcing her confidence and preserving her inner peace. It requires courage to prioritize oneself in a world that often demands constant giving and accommodating. But a mature woman recognizes that she cannot pour from an empty cup. Another vital component of emotional resilience is the ability to embrace vulnerability without fear. Contrary to common misconceptions, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but a hallmark of strength and maturity. A mature woman is not afraid to show her true emotions, ask for help when needed, or admit when she does not have all the answers. This openness fosters deeper connections and trust with others, which further supports her resilience. When she is honest about her struggles, she creates space for growth and healing, rather than pretending everything is perfect. Moreover, true maturity involves learning from past experiences without being defined or weighed down by them. A mature woman acknowledges her mistakes and failures as important lessons rather than sources of shame. She reframes setbacks as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. This mindset shift is crucial for building resilience because it transforms adversity from a threat into a stepping stone. Instead of being paralyzed by fear of failure, she embraces challenges with curiosity and optimism. Confidence and emotional resilience also influence how a mature woman handles criticism and feedback. She is open to constructive criticism because she sees it as a chance to learn and evolve. However, she is also discerning about whose opinions she values. She does not internalize negativity or allow others' judgments to diminish her self-worth. This balanced approach protects her from unnecessary self-doubt while fostering continuous personal growth. In relationships, these qualities shine even brighter. A mature woman attracts healthy, fulfilling connections because she brings authenticity and stability into her interactions. Her self-confidence means she is not dependent on others for validation, and her emotional resilience allows her to handle conflicts calmly and compassionately. She listens deeply and communicates honestly, building trust and respect. When challenges arise in relationships, she approaches them as opportunities to strengthen the bond rather than sources of division. At work and in her community, a mature woman's self-confidence and emotional resilience make her a natural leader and role model. She leads with empathy and integrity, inspiring others through her actions rather than demanding authority. Her confidence allows her to speak up and advocate for herself and others, while her resilience helps her navigate setbacks without losing momentum. People are drawn to her because she embodies strength tempered with kindness, determination balanced with humility. It is important to understand that developing these qualities is a lifelong journey. No one is born with perfect self-confidence or emotional resilience. They are cultivated through experiences, intentional practice, and self-compassion. A mature woman embraces this process, knowing that growth often involves discomfort and vulnerability. She commits to learning and evolving, understanding that maturity is not a destination but a continuous path. Self-confidence can be nurtured by celebrating small victories and acknowledging progress rather than focusing solely on outcomes. It also grows through self-care practices that honor the body and mind, like mindfulness, exercise, creative expression, and rest. These habits reinforce a positive self-image and a sense of well-being that underpins confidence. Emotional resilience, on the other hand, benefits from developing coping strategies that manage stress and regulate emotions. Techniques such as deep breathing, journaling, therapy, and building a strong support network can strengthen resilience. A mature woman invests in her emotional health, just as much as her physical health, because she understands that true strength comes from inner balance. In summary, true maturity is far more than the number of years lived. It is the embodiment of self, confidence, and emotional resilience that allows a woman to live authentically, navigate life's complexities with grace, and inspire those around her. This maturity creates an irresistible presence, not because of superficial charm or fleeting trends, but because of the deep, rooted strength and wisdom that comes from knowing and honoring oneself fully. Cultivating intentional habits is one of the most powerful ways to shape an irresistible presence from within. This idea goes far beyond surface-level appearances or fleeting charisma. An irresistible presence is a reflection of the inner world, a combination of mindset, values, daily routines, and choices that together create a magnetic energy that others naturally gravitate toward. The habits we cultivate consciously, day by day, are like the bricks and mortar of this presence, building something authentic, lasting, and deeply attractive. Intentionality means acting with purpose and awareness, rather than drifting through life on autopilot. When a mature woman cultivates intentional habits, she is essentially making a commitment to herself to live with clarity and direction. These habits shape not just how she behaves, but how she thinks, feels, and relates to the world. They help her create an internal environment where confidence, calm, and authenticity can thrive. It's this cultivated inner landscape that translates into an irresistible outer presence. One of the key elements of cultivating intentional habits is consistency. It's not about occasional bursts of effort or sporadic moments of greatness. It's about showing up for oneself every day with small, deliberate actions that accumulate over time. These habits can touch every area of life, from how a woman cares for her body and mind, to how she manages her emotions, communicates with others, and pursues her goals. The power lies in the daily repetition, which gradually rewires the brain and reinforces positive patterns that become second nature. A mature woman understands that habits are the bridge between intention and outcome. She sets clear intentions about who she wants to be and how she wants to show up, then supports those intentions with habits that align with her values and vision. This alignment is crucial because when actions are disconnected from values, they feel forced and unsustainable. But when habits are rooted in authentic desire and purpose, they become a source of joy and empowerment rather than obligation. Self-care is often one of the foundational intentional habits a mature woman develops. This is not about indulgence or vanity, but about honoring her well-being on all levels, physical, mental, and emotional. It might include nourishing her body with wholesome food, moving it in ways that feel good, prioritizing restful sleep, and setting aside quiet time for reflection or meditation. These practices create a baseline of vitality and balance that makes her presence radiant. When she takes care of herself, she sends a powerful message to the world. She values herself and expects to be treated with respect. Another intentional habit that shapes an irresistible presence is mindful communication. This means speaking and listening with full attention and authenticity. A mature woman chooses her words carefully, aware of their power to build connection or create distance. She practices active listening, truly hearing what others say without planning her response or judgment. This level of presence in conversation fosters trust and openness, making others feel valued and understood. The way she communicates reflects her inner confidence and emotional intelligence, which is deeply attractive. Gratitude is another habit that profoundly influences presence. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating the good in her life, a mature woman cultivates a positive mindset that naturally draws people toward her. Gratitude shifts focus away from scarcity and dissatisfaction, creating a sense of abundance and contentment. This attitude is contagious and creates an inviting energy that others want to be around. Practicing gratitude intentionally also builds resilience, helping her to stay grounded through life's ups and downs. A commitment to continuous learning and growth is yet another intentional habit that defines an irresistible presence. A mature woman recognizes that life is an ongoing journey of discovery and improvement. She seeks out knowledge, skills, and experiences that expand her horizons and deepen her understanding of herself and the world. This openness to growth keeps her vibrant and dynamic, preventing stagnation and fostering a spirit of curiosity. It also enhances her confidence, as she knows she is constantly evolving and becoming her best self. Intentionality extends to the way she manages her time and energy. A mature woman is discerning about where she invests her attention because she understands that these are finite resources. She prioritizes activities and relationships that align with her goals and values, and she lets go of those that drain or distract her. This mindful allocation of energy creates a sense of purpose and control that others admire. It also ensures that she has the capacity to engage fully in what matters most, making her presence more impactful. The practice of setting and honoring boundaries is an essential intentional habit. A mature woman knows that protecting her emotional and physical space is not selfish, but necessary for maintaining integrity and balance. By clearly defining what is acceptable and what is not, she cultivates respect from herself and others. Boundaries help prevent burnout and resentment, allowing her to show up authentically and generously. This ability to say no gracefully and stand firm is incredibly attractive because it signals self-respect and emotional maturity. Intentional habits also shape the way a mature woman handles setbacks and challenges. Rather than reacting impulsively or becoming overwhelmed, she approaches difficulties with a calm and solution-oriented mindset. She may have developed habits such as journaling, mindfulness, or seeking support that help her process emotions and regain perspective. This composure in adversity not only sustains her well-being but also inspires confidence in others. People are naturally drawn to someone who can face life's storms with grace and resilience. The intentional cultivation of empathy and compassion further enhances a woman's irresistible presence. By regularly practicing kindness toward herself and others, she creates a warm and welcoming energy. This habit deepens her connections and fosters a sense of community. Empathy allows her to understand different perspectives without judgment, making her approachable and trustworthy. Compassion extends beyond personal relationships to how she views the world, motivating her to contribute positively and make a difference. Reflection is another intentional habit that enriches presence. Taking time to pause and assess experiences, thoughts, and feelings allows a mature woman to learn and course-correct. This practice builds self-awareness and prevents unconscious patterns from taking control. Reflection also nurtures gratitude and acceptance, as she acknowledges both successes and areas for growth without harshness. Through this ongoing dialogue with herself, she stays aligned with her true self, which shines through in every interaction. The environment a mature woman creates around herself is also shaped by intentional habits. She curates spaces, whether physical, social, or digital, that support her well-being and growth. This might mean decluttering her home to foster calm, choosing friends who uplift and inspire, or limiting exposure to negativity online. By consciously shaping her surroundings, she creates a sanctuary that nourishes her presence and energy. This environment becomes a reflection of her inner state and further amplifies her irresistible aura. Intentional habits also extend to how a mature woman expresses gratitude and appreciation toward others. She makes it a regular practice to acknowledge kindness, celebrate achievements, and offer encouragement. This habit strengthens relationships and builds a network of mutual support and respect. It also reflects her generous spirit and emotional intelligence, qualities that deepen her allure. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel seen and valued. Another powerful intentional habit is the practice of authenticity. A mature woman commits to showing up as her true self, without masks or pretenses. This requires courage, vulnerability, and self-acceptance. By being genuine, she creates a safe space for others to do the same, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Authenticity is magnetic because it signals integrity and trustworthiness. It allows her to attract people and opportunities that resonate with her true nature, creating alignment and fulfillment. Lastly, a mature woman cultivates a sense of joy and playfulness as an intentional habit. She understands that life is not only about achievement and responsibility, but also about experiencing pleasure, laughter, and creativity. By making space for fun and spontaneity, she maintains a youthful spirit that balances seriousness with lightness. This balance enriches her presence, making her not only wise and grounded, but also vibrant and approachable. All of these intentional habits, self-care, mindful communication, gratitude, growth, boundary setting, resilience, empathy, reflection, environment, curation, authenticity, and joy, combine to create a powerful internal ecosystem. This ecosystem supports a mature woman's irresistible presence, radiating from within in a way that no external makeup or fashion can replicate. When habits are chosen thoughtfully and practiced consistently, they transform a woman's energy and influence, making her magnetic to others and deeply aligned with herself. This transformation is not about perfection or following a rigid formula. It is about embracing the process of becoming, allowing oneself to evolve naturally with intention and love. The presence that emerges from these intentional habits is sustainable, adaptable, and deeply fulfilling. It invites others in, inspires trust, and commands respect, not through force, but through authenticity and grace. Cultivating these habits is, in essence, cultivating a life that is fully owned and joyfully lived.